But he didn't even like touch the door to man. So
hold it like this. You do not want to be standing on. Oh yeah, there you go. Bullets go flying. No, you want as far back as possible. You will hold it. It will hold, or at least keep some. You know, sometimes getting in the person.
Because why do you turn off the lights?
Exactly. It takes the vision away.
Yeah, because if you walk into a room after you've just been out
as soon as we watch that movie, we turn the lights on. You go ah. It's the same purpose, kind of. You know. He's going from a lighted hallway to a dark. His vision has to change to focus. So it helps you. Do anything you possibly can. Now, did any of you guys have, like your teachers put out a green piece of paper and a red piece of paper? No. Meaning that there's people in here, there's not people in here? Or there's injuries or not injuries? That was used in pretty much in kindergarten through 6th grade to use it. Not a good idea. Because what's that do to the gunman? Tells you where they're at. Okay, green, they must be in there. Boom, boom. No. And they get in there. So it's better off not telling them, you know, yeah, you could be quiet. But I'll tell you this. When that gunman enters this room, you scream as loud as you can. You give him the element of surprise. You're ready. You know, so let me tell you, it's very different.
Yeah, you're planning to essentially counter. And you know,
that's what C is, and we'll go over that later.
We'll touch on that. But you're getting together as a group, and that's the thing you have to realize. You know, I said we've done around 3,300. That's still only about 10% of the people on this campus. So 90% of the people have not been through this training. So it may
can't get them to come train.
It may take someone stepping up and being the leader of the group to say, hey, this is what we need to do, and people will follow.
So, we've seen it time after time.
Yeah, if someone steps up and takes charge, people will follow. Because everyone's fearful. They don't know what to do. This is a situation that nearly everyone has not been through before. So that's L, that's lockdown. That's just about be prepared. You've already received the message that something is going on, or you've heard it down the hallway and you don't have an escape route and you have to lock down. But you're just getting ready in case that person gets through the door. So the next thing is I, which is information. This is how we are giving information to you. We talked with A is you giving information to the police. This is how we'll get it back to you. We have several ways on this campus that we can do that. The first is our Z-Alert text messaging. Who here is signed up for Z-Alert?
Awesome. Are you signed up?
I think so.
You think so?
If you don't think so, what you can do is go on the Zipline page. At the bottom left, you're going to see an icon for Z-Alert. You can click on the student, put in your information. You can also have the alerts sent to your email. But what this is our text messaging system. This is where we can get a message out to the masses, essentially. You know, it does take a little bit of time to get those out, but this is the way we can reach the most amount of people at one time. So if you haven't done it yet, go ahead and make sure you're on it. If you have any problems, there's also a block of an incident. Talk about that train derailment. If a train derails and there's hazardous materials and stuff involved, and you're over in east side of campus around Olin Hall, you know not to go in that direction. We're going to go on to E, which is escaping or evacuating. This is something we really want you to get in your heads out of this program. If you have the option, we want you to escape and get away from it. You know, there's going to be some times where you can't, and that's where counseling will come in place. But if that person comes in the room and you're running around and you have the option of going back out that door or another door, do that and run away. Now, if you're running away from a person with a gun, if you're running away from a person who has a gun, how are you going to run?
Put my head down on my knees and sing.
Not like you guys did, all in a clump. All I gotta do is go. You know, that bullet travels more through one body than, you know, it's not like the movies. You know, this is not going to stop a bullet. Human flesh doesn't stop a bullet most of the time either. I mean,
but yeah, you know,
we might get graphic, but this is the reality of what the world we live in.
But running away like in the zigzag pattern, that's going to give the person who has the gun a harder chance of actually hitting you. They're going to have to be going back and forth and trying to line up their sights and everything to get that accurate shot off so they can hit you. So think about the rights that you have being a human, what are kind of those rights? Not necessarily like your Bill of Rights, Miranda rights, and stuff like that, but what kind of rights do you have?
Survival.
Yeah, that's your number one right. You have the right to survive any crisis that comes to you. So, to start that mindset, what I want you to do is, I'm going to have you repeat after me, I will survive any crisis that I face. And that's just to get you to start seriously thinking about that. So, I'm going to have you repeat that, okay? Does everyone remember it? All right, ready? 1, 2, 3.
I will survive any crisis that I face.
And really start thinking about that. But next time you are daydreaming, when you're in a different classroom and stuff, it's great. First time of the year, think. You're sitting in that seat. Okay, if someone were to come into this classroom, what are my escape routes? How can I better my chances of survival? Also along with that is making sure you have stuff ready in case that person does come in that classroom that you can use to distract them. But it's all about surviving. What are some other rights that you have? Can you break stuff?
Yeah, we
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what would happen K through 12 if you broke school property?
Call your mom.
Call your mom. What happens higher education when you break school property?
Put a hold on your records.
No,
It's a felony.
it's a felony actually.
Oh, wow.
State government property.
State government property, actually, if you vandalize, you don't get a misdemeanor, you get a felony.
But
Felony means prison time.
if there's a crisis and there's a situation in which your life is being threatened, you have the right to destroy property. And we talked about barricading. If that table for some reason is bolted to the ground or something, you get everyone that you can to rip it off the floor and throw it in there. Chairs. If you're on like that first story window or even higher and there's only one door to the classroom, but you're able to escape out the window, bust that window out so you can get out. How are you going to bust the window though?
Chair.
Okay,
Okay,
where
the chair,
are you
where
going
are
to
you
hit
gonna
the
hit?
window? That will make it break faster.
You're going to hit it in the middle,
Bottom.
a corner. You want to hit it on a corner. Has anybody's ever taken fire classes and that? If you take an axe to a plate glass window and you hit it in the middle, what's it do?
Bounce back.
Bounces back at you. You better watch it because you get an axe to the head if you don't have your helmet on. If you take it and smash it at the corner, what happens?
Shatters.
It shatters. Same thing with your car windows. The side windows are easy if you carry a hole puncher. Boom, boom.
Yeah,
That's why
it's easy.
turn them.
But if you don't, you hit them on the side and they shatter. That's what they're designed to do.
That's one reason why it's always good to have like a hole punch in your
So
car.
you're out. You broke your window. You're on the 3rd floor.
What are you going to do?
What are you gonna
How are you
do?
going to get out?
You can hang and drop.
Okay, you can hang and drop. Are you gonna jump out and stand on the ledge?
No. 'Cause that's adding like another 5 feet to it.
Hey, I'm more than 5 feet, pal.
Well, that's adding that's a 30-foot drop.